Guys, welcome back. So just a quick tutorial. What I was hoping to do with this project is not going to work because I cannot find any aluminum wire, which I bought some 3mm aluminum wire, and of course now that I need it I can't find it. So this is going to have to be baked before we do what we want to do to it. And I just spent the morning trying to replicate these things in a cutter form. And I'm off. I don't know why I'm off or how I'm off, but I'm off a little bit. So I made one, that didn't work, so I just made another one. But as you can see, it's lined up, but it's just off a little bit. So we're just going to cut one out. And we're going to see how close it is. And if we can somehow line it up in there. Maybe it'll still work, I don't know. These are so cute. But again, yeah, they're off. Okay, well, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time designing a cutter for something that I have literally 4 of. As of right now, I have 3 because I don't know what I did with the other one that I had. So I'm just going to kind of put this in. And then I'll show you what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to hold on to this until I find the other one. And if I don't like these, then I'm not going to use them anyways. So let's just get rid of some of that excess. And I don't care about the circle. It's cute, but I don't think I'm going to need it because it's really small. Okay. You know what I should have did? Is I should have did this right on a tile. I know I cut that. Alright, so this is the project I've been wanting to do with the Pebeo paint. Isn't that cool just the way that is right there? I mean, I love this just like it is. So that's why I think I want to save the other 2 and not put anything on it. But I may end up having to recut this out and then cut it directly on a tile. Because I know it's going to move like it did. But I want to cut this little piece off. Okay. Okay, so now I know it works. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing again. But this time I'm going to add some liquid clay to the bottom of these pieces. Okay. So, of course, I don't need that much. So we're just going to do this for now. I don't know where I got these, and I know a million of you are going to say, oh my gosh, where did you get those? I literally do not know. When we were moving out our son, like I said, we came across all kinds of stuff in a box. I got those nice, wonderful silver foil or colored foils and everything, and these were in there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to put them on all one side here. Okay. So, like I was saying, with the aluminum, I don't know if you want to call it wire. I'm guessing it was aluminum wire, but it was a flat wire, and it was square, and it was 3 millimeters. And that's what I wanted to use with this, because you could push it into the clay and still have like a 2 millimeter piece or a 1 millimeter piece sticking out of the top. So you've got like a ridge. And that is what I really wanted. And I don't know what I did with them. So maybe it's in another box out there. Or maybe I have them stored somewhere. But that was my initial thought with this. So this is not quite what I had in mind, but I'm hoping that it works just as well. Okay, so these are kind of mirrored. Okay, so we're going to stick those in. I'm going to grab some alcohol and clean off the mess that I just made on top. I'm hoping these are going to be high enough for what I want to do. And before I can add the Pebeo paints, I have to oh my gosh, Irene, I know what I'm trying to say. I have to bake these first. I've got a sound on a machine that I don't like. Oh, I got a mess that I definitely don't like. So, when everybody says, oh yeah, 3D printing is so easy. Yeah, no it's not. These are my hangers. They've been going for about, 45 minutes. And we have an issue. So, it's something that happens like all the time, and if you don't watch your prints all day long, that somehow happens. So, it obviously did not stick to the plate, and I'll guarantee you I've got a big blob around my needle or my nozzle that I'm now going to have to go fix. Okay, so let's get this done. Then I will deal with other issues. So if you've never tried Pebeo paints, they are really cool. The only problem with them is it takes like 72 hours for them to cure. But their effects are really, really cool. Okay. So I am not going to worry about the circles right now. So we've got a whole bunch more fires. I think in the last video I told you about some of them. I got some amazing pictures of the ones that are going on now. It's the same one, but another one started, and they took all the air support from the one closer to us because the other fire is by a bunch of houses. That one's, I'm going to say Orange County, and the only thing I can say in Orange County is Disneyland, basically. So, that one they're really worried about right now. Okay, so even if I didn't do anything to these earrings but left them alone, aren't those just the most cutest earrings you've ever seen? So I'll probably make another one and leave them alone. But for this one, we're going to go throw this in the oven for an hour, and then we're going to come back and add some paint. Okay, so we'll clean up the edges. Might as well do it now before they bake, because I don't want any of this black on the gold. So I just want to make sure I've got it all taken off. Everything else looks pretty good. Alrighty, and I'm not going to worry about the top, because I will probably cut that off. I don't know. If I can make it into a really nice circle, sanding it or something, then I'll keep it. But if not, I can cut it right at the point. And it should be okay. I hate to turn on my oven just for two little things like that, but I don't trust my convection or my little sublimation oven. Okay, so let's go put that in the oven and we'll see you in a little bit. Good morning, everyone. Yes, it is another day and we are here to start the Pebeo project. Yes, I have a mess. I always have a mess. I made a couple samples for the cutters yesterday. I actually tried to paint that one too in a southwestern color, but I know it's missing something, maybe yellow. I don't know if I should have used the black, but here's those little pumpkins we've got. I've got to list those today. But let's look at the earrings that I made yesterday. They're so pretty on their own. I did find the things that I used. They were on Amazon and they were from Panda Hall. But just like this, tell me these earrings aren't adorable just on their own. I absolutely love these. So I went on Amazon, I went on AliExpress, I went everywhere to find them, and I found them on Amazon. And just by finding the order that I made for these. And I only ordered 5. Which was 1 pack. And it's like, why 5? You know, these are... Everything needs to be even so you can make a set of earrings. But I think these were basically supposed to be pendants. Sorry, I gotta get this little... Obviously, this jump ring off before I add the paint. And of course, I can't find the opening. Jake is on a roll today. He has been barking non-stop. I'm thinking he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable here. Now he's protecting the yard or the house or anything. So I might have to get up and bring him in. Because he may be barking all the way through this. Okay, so here we go. Again, I know a lot of you going, why are you going to put paint in there? Those look so good the way they are. That's why I ordered more of these, so I can make a bunch of them. Alrighty, so let me grab a tile. We're going to work directly on this. Okay, so I didn't get a whole lot of colors. I got 5. I've got some blue. So that's Marina. This is turquoise. Cherry blossom. An antique gold. Oop, I'm going to use that one. And a Caribbean blue. So I think I'm going to use the turquoise and the gold. And these you really have to shake up. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever used this before, but they give off like how do I even explain what it does? Hopefully I can show you as I stir this up. I'm going to use a Christy Friesen tool because it's metal. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm going to have to go quiet him down. And there's so much mica powder in this stuff. So it settles obviously to the bottom as usual. And these are about, I think I paid $5 or $6 for this. I don't think they were fairly expensive. And I think I ordered it from Dick Blick. I'm going to do one more just in case. And I'm going to have to find a smaller, something smaller to get into these edges. Okay, but I think that should do it. And let me grab a paper towel. So Pebeo makes a bunch of different ones. These are called the Prism Fantasy. And all I'm going to use on this, I wonder if I can use a syringe. I don't know if that will change. And unfortunately, without having that 3mm aluminum wire, I'm not going to be able to make these really thick. So I have a syringe here. Now I just got to see. I'm not sure how much that put in there. I'm going to put blue on the outside. Yeah, without the needle, all this is the protector. So you would obviously give somebody an IV when you pull it out. This comes out with it. But I put it back in there. It's not like it's holding that much. And again, yes, I will go outside and get the dog to stop. Okay, so I'm only doing this. Okay, let me just do the bottom one now. So blue, yellow, blue, or gold. I don't know why I said yellow, but so it'll give it kind of like a Cloisonne effect. Now, you could add different colors into it, which makes the effect even cooler. And it does self-level. So what we'll do is we'll do the base of gold here. And then I'll add some blue turquoise to the top. Alright, let me see if I can stir this up a little bit more. You know, I've got these mandrels. They're pretty much clean. They're just sharp. So I didn't use a burr tool on it, so it's kind of ouchy and sharp. There we go. It's a little easier to mix it up. No matter what I do, there's always a piece of dog hair that ends up in my pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and push it over. And you're not going to notice the difference on them until it starts to dry. But again, this takes like 72 hours to cure. So the only thing I don't like about it is how long it takes to cure the stuff. Right, this needs a little more. Okay. Now, yep, you could just leave it gold if you want. It really does not look bad. Kind of gives it just a little different look to it, right? But the best thing to do on this is dropping little drops. And you'll see kind of what it does as it starts to like splinter into these different shapes. Now I'm nervous about putting the blue in there. Okay, as you can see the top, how dark it is, because everything's just sunk really low down there. So I'm going to use the other side of this. See it changing colors right before your eyes. Okay, so now I'm just wondering, do I want to get rid of the black completely? Kind of too late now, isn't it? So I'm trying something different on this one. Okay, I'm going to put it in this one, and then I'm going to go talk to Jake here. Okay. Let me go ahead. Hey! 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 Okay, so this is like, yeah, exactly like Cloisonne, right? But I don't see it doing what I want it to do. And it's really hard to explain what it does. Oh my goodness! Hey guys, stop! I got both of them. I hope that's not my mailman, like, extremely early today. I'm still working on orders. Oh, I'll be back, guys. Okay, so I got him quieted down. And I'm kind of looking to see if there's some changes. Oh, and there is. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you see all these little like cells dividing in the paint? You can see them really good in the blue and in that gold. This gold, not so much. But that's what it does. So I'm thinking of leaving, you know what I should have did with this? Was I should have left that center black. And I don't know how long this takes to set, but I may try. We're going to do it on this one. And then I may try and wash that out. And see if I like that center one better. Or I just leave it alone, and then when the rest of the order comes in, just kind of make two different ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do one here. And I guess it worked without the aluminum wire. This was actually deep enough. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I don't want to go all the way to the top, just in case I decide I want to put some resin on top. Okay, so I'm just going to put, actually I'm going to have to use that needle again. And I know that I just put it away. There we go. I don't need a whole lot. So the dogs were barking at a neighbor. There's a couple doors down, and she's like a prisoner in her home. She has dementia and is usually locked in the house because there isn't always somebody with her. It's just a really sad situation there. And she was out wandering this morning. So I kind of like that one, leaving a little bit of that black through. So I'll think of that on the next one, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and finish it all. Like I said, I've got a bunch of different colors. So I can play a little bit. So I think it's 24 hours that this will start to set, and 72 for it to fully cure. I just don't want this to go, you know, like a coloring book outside the lines. Hands are really shaky this morning. Okay. So now we're just going to take a drop. I'm going to add a few here. I'm going to add a few here. That's already doing what I wanted to do. Okay. And there's just like a little area right here that it just doesn't want to go that far. I think that's just the design of the earring itself. I'm going to try and stretch that over. Just like that. Okay. So I don't know why the gold isn't doing what it's supposed to do here. So we're going to add a couple drops of this gold. Okay. Do a little bit more of the blue right here. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I will tell you on this stuff that you really need to put this lid on as tight as it can go, because they do dry out. And then here's a couple of the other colors I got. Let's kind of mix this up just to see what it looks like. We could even add it to it. We'll see. Ooh, this is a pretty blue. This is the Caribbean. All under here. It doesn't want to mix. I gotta find a better mixing tool, right? So I'm just going to put this right here. I don't know if there's much of a difference in that color. A little more blue. So you can add different colors in there, and it's pretty cool actually. So this one is Marina. Boy, I got a lot of blues, didn't I? Let me try and shake this one. So this is a little different. It's more of a purple. Just gonna drop right on top of that blue. And this one is a cherry blossom. I'm not mixing it too much because alright, so we're just going to leave that like that. We're going to let that dry up as well. But this just kind of like opens up all kinds of ideas. And I've got these, let's see if I can find them. I'm going to move this over for a minute. Okay, you got these little tiny bezels right here. They're so cute. But you could basically put some tape, right, on the bottom. Sometimes they're not the easiest to maneuver. Put a jump ring right there in the middle. Oh, what the heck, let's try this. I don't know how big of a jump ring I would need. This one is a 5mm jump ring. Might be a little too big. Yeah, it is. And I don't think I have a 4mm jump ring. But if you have 4mm jump rings, I think I have a gold. So there's going to be a gold in the center, and now here's a smaller one. I mean really small. But just for demonstration purposes. Let's see what happens here. I just had an X-Acto knife in my hand. I don't know why it's sticking to my blade. So you can put this on a layer of clay as well. It's not set up perfectly, but you get the hint. So you could either lay this on a piece of tape, add just a little bit of resin that it sticks to the bottom, and then you can add the Pebeo paint on top of that. Or you can put this on a piece of black clay or whatever color clay you want. Alright, embed it and then cut out like we did with this one. Just cut it out and then go ahead and add everything to it. I don't know if I would use this particular jump ring, but it may work. And unfortunately, we have to wait a couple of days before I could show you this. I will probably wait 24 hours. And that way, I can get a little idea of what it's going to look like. So I'm just kind of playing a little bit here just to see what we can do with this. Oh, no. See, this jump ring is great, but there we go. It was kind of pushed over on itself, and it did it again. Let's see what we can do to save it. We're not going to be able to. So I'm going to grab one more of those. So I had a copper, just a copper cutout. I don't remember where I got it. And I tried the Pebeo on the copper cutout, and it looks so good. This is the first time, and only the second time using the product, but the first time I used it with the clay. Yeah, this is going to be a little tough, because they're just weird jump rings. They're bought at a company, but the shape isn't correctly circle. It was folded over itself, and then to try and get it to be squared up did not work really well. So seriously, now you can buy all kinds of bezels, which I did. When I found these on Panda Haul, I found all sorts of bezels. And they were pretty reasonably priced. And so I bought some. Be able to play with those in the future. So I think I'm gonna have to order some more different colors though. And yes, it would be nice if these all connected. Again, you don't have to use this little jump ring in the center if you don't want to. It is not cooperating for one. Yeah, the first cutout isn't always perfect, but... And I did these at a number 2 thickness instead of a number 3, so these might be a little too thick. But just to try it out, you can see how that works. Okay, so now you can go ahead and do that red blossom with some gold or blue, and it just opens up all kinds of ideas using your clay basically as the backdrop. So I am going to put this up to the camera and show you what it looks like now. And then as the hours go, I think it'll divide into cells, as I call it, a few more times. Yeah, so I've got some big ones too. And you know those rings that I've been using, right, in my earrings? No, here's some more. Okay, so again, you can make a teardrop earring. Put the clay underneath it, fill it up with that stuff. So sometimes it doesn't always have to be clay, right? You can add that clay to other components and come up with something pretty cool. Alright, so let's look at them now. So that one worked really well. You can see all the little drops in these. But for some reason, these are not really doing it. So I don't know if I can fix that. I guess I can try and add just a couple more drops of the gold on top. And these you have to mix really quickly because it starts to settle really quick. So maybe that's what happened. They just settled a little bit. So I'm just gonna make maybe a bigger drop. All right. It's gonna make a difference. I don't know. Seems like it likes to be dropped on there. That'll be easier to get a drop off of. We're just going to do one more and then we're just going to leave it alone. That's why you add different colors, because then you really see the effect. So before I let you go for now, let me show you. Let's see how it's just really giving you all those cell looks. So we've got them in the blue and the gold on this one. This one, the gold, not so much, but I'm hoping that it'll come out. So that's it for now, guys. We are going to let this sit somewhere safe. Somewhere in my office it's safe. Haven't figured out where yet. I'm going to set that over there on the windowsill and let that dry. We'll come back and I'll show you maybe 6 hours. I'll show you what it looks like. And then tomorrow morning I'll show you what it looks like. And so we're going to be working in days here. And this video will be up after those couple days are over. So we will talk to you later. Bye. Hey everyone. Today we are just going to play pretty much. I haven't made anything with blue and yellow for a while. And yes, I know I'm out of fall. I'm back into bright colors. So I am just taking a bunch of different colors around blue and yellow. So I have a cobalt and an ultramarine. I have a cad yellow and sunshine, which I don't know how well that's going to look together. I have an antique gold, which is in my hands. And I'm probably going to add a little bit of pearl and white as well. So I am going to make these into a bunch of little squares. I'm going to take the clay and I'm going to put them at a number, I think I'm going to run them through at a number 5. I'm going to go really thin. And then I'll add a little bit of translucent in between here and there. And we will probably add that at a strip number 2 in thickness. That way you got a little bit more translucent, it'll give a little bit more depth. And then we're going to throw all kinds of different foils in there. So let me get these all in squares and I'll be right back.